Welcome everyone to today's live session. Um, but before we delve into our discussion, I'm thrilled to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Donna, joining us all the way from Canada. Donna brings us a wealth of knowledge and experience in realm of online entrepreneurship, and we are incredibly fortunate to have her share her insights with us today. And now let's hear from Donna. Donna, would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself and your journey in the world of online business?
Well, sure. First off, I'm a wife, grandmother, great-grandmother. I may not look like it, but I do have grandkids. And I started this journey 5 years ago. As you get older, it's hard for you lose your job and you don't know what to do, but you still want to do something. So when you go into asking people to hire you, they don't want to hire anybody that's over 50 and has no more way of saying that they're going to stay for 15 years with you, sort of thing. And that's why I started looking online, and this is where I ended up, and this is where I've been, and I found my tribe, and that's where I'm going to stay now.
That's amazing. So everyone has a story. Just a disclaimer here, me and Donna, we never met before and we don't know each other. This is the first time I'm meeting Donna through this Zoom meeting, and a little bit more about myself so that Donna know me a little bit better. And I'm an ex-Canadian, and I lived in Canada for over 25 years. And when I was in Canada, pretty much I lived, I can say all over Canada, but mostly in Ontario. And in Ontario, I had my own offline business, gas stations, and an ethnic convenience store. And every time like I talk about my offline business, I kind of get goosebumps with the all the issues that I was going through for those years that I had the store, and the issues with vendors, with customers, angry customers, stealing, employee issue, and I mean, so many issues that it's kind of it's not we don't even have enough time to talk about all the issues, but I will, I mean, even right now I'm like a workaholic, but I was really a workaholic, working 7 days a week for so many years, spending like 12 to 16 hours a day, and to an extent that there was times that I had to work 24-hour myself because employees didn't show up, and as soon as I reached home, there is like fight, and I had to run back. There's a police at the store and stuff like that. That it was like very, very difficult to do it, just like you said, for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not getting younger, I'm getting older, obviously. Yep. So and not to mention about all the heavy work, like lifting all these, like 20, 30, 40, 50 pound stuff every single day to put them away. And so merchandising, only the merchandising kill your back. Forget about like picking anything up.
and being on your feet all the time. That's I was a restaurant manager, and that's the same thing. I was on my feet 10-12 hours a day, because same thing, you got to get it done, and there's no sitting down. About time you sat down, somebody bring another order in, and where you go again. So, and that was one of the things too. My legs, there's still days, it's been 5 years since I've been working like that, and there's still days where I got to sit down in the big chair and lift my legs up, and they just ache otherwise. So that's
I know.
That's
yeah.
one of the things about being online. You can, it's your business, so you set your schedule. So like if you want to get up and go put a load of laundry in the machine and go back to work, it makes it really nice.
Exactly. Yeah, I know, you're right. I mean, when we're younger, we don't even realize that, all these hard work that we do later on in our, 40, 50s, 60s, come back on us.
Well, if somebody would have told me when I first started work, I first started working in a restaurant in 1979, I guess was when I first started. If somebody told me that I should have been wearing compression socks to help keep the blood moving around in my legs, it would have made quite a difference of what I'm like now. I wouldn't suffer as bad as I do. So
Right. Well, yeah, for you, maybe for me, I was, so in tuned in my work, and I absolutely, I mean, I still love retail. I can
yeah,
go with my head on if I had to, but I really love my job, and I had like friends telling me, "Don't do it. You're going to regret it later in your life." And but I never listened to any one of my
yeah.
friends.
No, they don't know
So,
what we want. Yeah, so we,
right.
it's life. You have to do your own. You have to try your own. It's just like this business. It might be for some people, but it's not going to be for everybody. Like
Exactly.
some people have that employee mindset, and that's it. They're never going to change it. Like they want that stability. If they go to work, they get paid, they come home. They don't make anything, and they're not getting ahead. But for them, that's their safety zone. So, but when you're an entrepreneur and you have a little different thinking, where okay, well, I'm working for me now. I'm going to make my dreams come true, not make somebody else's
So,
dreams come true.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So anyway, 4 years ago, I got married, and my husband lived here in Washington State, and it was a tough decision to live in Canada or live here in U.S. On one of my trips when I came here, that was in the beginning of the pandemic, and then talking to a lawyer, they said, just stay here, and then we're gonna file a petition for you for the marriage, and then we're gonna start your immigration. So that's how I end up in the US. And obviously, when you move to another country, you have to go through all the immigration process. And in those months or years, you can't work, right? So for imagine for a person like me who is like who wants to work all the time and crazy about work and sitting at home and doing nothing. Initially, I was really sad, and obviously it was COVID too. But then I decided to study for a real estate broker. And while I was studying, actually, my husband is an engineer, and he travels like around 80-90% of the time he travels. And I was thinking, my God, we are like newly married, and we want to spend more time together. And what should I do? What kind of a business should I start? And I was thinking about like starting an like a offline business, but then talking together, he said, you're gonna just go crazy again and work so many hours, forget about the like offline business. So that's how I end up studying for real estate. And then my one of my friends, best friend from Canada, I know her like so many years. One day when I was talking to her, she said, you know what, this uh, if you really want to travel with your husband, you should definitely check this online business. And that's where I said, okay, what is it? And she said, you should go to the a webinar and check the webinar and learn more about it. And that's how I entered this online business. Yeah, that's a long story, but
Well, it's like me when the ad that come across my news feed, it was somebody that was just like me. She was a business owner and she had her own business. But it was the same thing. It was a restaurant business, and she talked about the struggles that they were having and how they couldn't find people to work and to me that was just what I'd been going through because I was a manager and half the time people didn't want to come to work, or especially in the summertime you'd have young kids and they'd sooner go play with their friends and come to work, and but
yeah.
you still had to cover them. So
So your experience of joining the online business is different than mine. Now,
Oh,
here I have
definitely.
a
Yeah.
question for you. Uh, since you saw an ad on, you said on Facebook, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, how did you trust that ad? Like, did it cross your mind that this may be scam or something like
Nope.
that, or
No.
no?
Not a minute I seen the webinar, I knew this was what I was going to do. It was just, there was just no other thought come through my mind at all, and that's been 5 years now since I've seen that ad. So
Well, nice, amazing.
yeah.
So, well, now let's dive into the essential principles that pave the way for success in the realm of online entrepreneurship. As we embark on this journey together, let's first establish a solid foundation by embracing these 10 fundamental pillars. So we're going to show you the 10 online business tips for the guaranteed success. So number one, let me find my slides here. Okay, so this is number one. So number one says that we have the right business mindset, right? So you
Yep.
must treat your business as a business, not a hobby. What do you have to say about this, Aunt Donna?
That's actually true, because it is your business. Like, so whatever you put into it, so if you put into it 2 hours a week, you're going to get paid like 2 hours a week. But if you put in 12 hours a day,
Absolutely.
and you're going to go places. So that that's the biggest thing. And mindset is your biggest thing. Like I said before, there's an employee mindset, and then there's a mindset that an entrepreneur who's working for themselves have. And it's two totally different kinds of mindset. And it sometimes, when you first start into it, it's hard to change that mindset. We've been told for so many years that you go to work, you get paid, you come home, and that's all there is to life.
I know exactly what you say. When you want to teach somebody, you train somebody to drive, a person who's coming from another country and have been driving for so many years, they have their own way of driving. It's
Yep.
much harder to train that person rather than a very new person that have never driven in their life,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
right?
Well,
So yeah.
that's what you find too here, is anybody that never, like, one thing is, you don't have to have any experience to work online. If you can turn a computer on and you can open up an email, this system will work for you, and you can run a business with it.
Absolutely.
All your training's there, and it will make sure that you succeed.
That's so true. All right. So we are going to slide number two. Slide number two actually says, don't fake it.
Yep.
Be genuine. Be
Yep.
yourself. So
And
any thoughts on this, Donna?
that, that's a true statement, because you have to have people know you, like you, and trust you. So if they don't trust that you're genuine and that you're doing what you say, like if you say, well, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and you don't call them, well, they're not going to trust you with that. So, but that's the biggest thing. You have to trust, people have to trust you, and get to know. So that's why we do things like these go lives, and we're posting on our pages all the time and getting people to interact with us, so that they can learn that we're real,
Exactly. Yeah.
and we're real from all over the world. That's one thing about this business, it is global.
Right. Yeah. Slide number three says, leverage social media by adding value. Find one or two platforms and master them. So this in this online business, we don't just advertise on Facebook or YouTube. We have like 8 different platforms so far. And
Yep.
our training, just like Donna was saying, like it keeps on updating every week. It can be more, but as of now, it's like 8 platforms, and you can like person like me. I'm like all over social media. I'm on
Me,
LinkedIn.
me,
On
me too. I
me too.
have, I'm all over. Yep. So, and the
So
nice thing about our system is in the training, like we have a training forum, and we have people working in the background that are always looking at these updates, and they're updating our training so that the new stuff that's coming out on Instagram, it probably hasn't come out yet. We haven't seen it, but our back office is already working at what these are going to be. So by the time we get to see it, we're going to be getting the best, most accurate information so that
yeah,
we can implement it on our pages. So
that's true. I mean, it's not necessary that if you are not comfortable with the like 8 platforms, you can just take one platform.
oh yeah,
You can take
yeah,
only TikTok.
yeah. Just so
Just
long as you just got to be out there. You got to get out there and get people to know you and to like you and to trust you. So.
exactly, yeah.
And some
No,
people, it's like that. Some people are like that too. They're introverts. They don't want to be out there, but you can, when you don't have to go live if you don't want to. There's other
right,
ways of showing people that they can trust you.
exactly. Number 4 is that say that your business is not just about you. It's there to serve other people. So in short, if like I'm talking about like offline business, it's all about like customer service, customer service,
Yeah,
customer service. It's all about other people, not us.
yeah. Well, that's this business. That's how we, or at least this is how I advertise it. I'm showing people what I can do to help them because I'm already in the business, but I know there's people out there that need help, that they don't have a plan B, or they're struggling from paycheck to paycheck, and there are solutions to help them. They just have to ask. That's one thing, we can't do the business for them. They have to have that willingness and that business minded like mindset that, okay, I know there's more out there, and I'm going to help myself, because that's the biggest thing. We can't help them if they don't want to help
True.
themselves.
Yeah.
They have to be coachable, and they have to be, so that they'll, if we suggest something to them, that they implement it, that they don't just, oh, I'm going to do it my way. And well, this system has been proven. Everything that's in the system has been proven by the members that have been there. We're what, 190,000 members now that in the global, and there's probably what, 60,000, 191,000. Okay, so
Well,
there's
actually, this is as of 2 weeks before. So right
2
now
weeks.
it's closer to 200,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's members, but not all of them are business owners. So there's probably 60,000 business owners, and we've all had experiences. And what we do is we share all them experiences, so that the next person that comes along has that problem, they don't have that same results where they get shut down on Facebook, or they get restricted, or so it's a learning curve, and we're all here to help each other. So
Absolutely. So number 5, use online advertising strategies. Do not be afraid to invest in your business.
that's right. You have to invest in your business. That It's like any business. It's not, it's going to be, there's expenses to it. There's always going to be expenses to a business. Like, you get a McDonald's franchise, you're going to, what, cost you $1 million probably. And how long is it going to take you before you get any results? Probably 4 or 5 years before you show any profits. And so this is the same thing. Like, you're investing in your ads, you're investing in your products, but the products are for you. The products aren't something that you have to sell to somebody else. Like, they're just, you're investing in your own business. And your ads, what you do is you just budget for what you can spend. And that's one thing I wish that I would have been able to do, was start this business when I was still working, because while I was still working, I would have a little more better ad budget, because I would have had my wages from there to. So when I started, I was working on my pension money, so I had to budget. So my ads didn't get as much money on them as what I would have loved to do. But yeah, so I say if anybody's thinking, well, you think about plan B, you should start now. Don't wait till you're 65 and retired and then trying to figure out what you're going to do.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, initially you have to invest.
Yeah.
And then later on in your business, you have to reinvest.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's part of being business. Any business is that way. So.
Right. Yeah. So number 6 is use marketing tools and or systems to automate your business, such as lead capture page and an email autoresponder.
And that's all built for us. Like that's part of our system. When you there's a registration fee, and when you pay that, then that part in your funnel is created for you, your email responders, all these. If you were going to start a business and had to go in and get all these systems all right, you're looking at like probably $25,000 just to get the systems before you can even get anything started. And here, what it is it's all included in your first initial price.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and it's all updated. Like what you do is you fill your funnel. The only thing you have to do is get people to come and register so that you can help them.
Absolutely. And duplication. If something is working, then replace it in a new market.
Yeah, that works. Like because with ads, basically it is test, and then test some more, because there's things that will resonate with one person that may not resonate with another, and until you find out. Because what they say now is they have a new way. It's called targeting and traffic ads. And what you do is you put 5 different headlines and 5 different descriptions and 5 different pictures, and then you run that ad for so many days, and then you find out, okay, well, that headline worked, and that description worked, and that picture was the one that used the best. So then you put them 3 together, and then you start a new ad. And what you're doing is you're finding the best of the best, and hopefully you're going to find a winning ad out of doing it that way. And there's so many different platforms. If you're on Facebook and Facebook doesn't seem to be the one that's doing it for you, well, then you move to another one like Instagram or TikTok, because we're all different people, so we're going to all resonate with different audiences. So
Right. Yeah. So number 8, get a mentor, someone within your field of business who is where you want to be. So this is a big thing here in our community, mentor, just like yourself. And
yeah, it is, because and the mentors, because we work online, we do see them online, but we also have where we go and we'll meet them in person. Like my mentor, she lives in Mexico, and last February I went down to Mexico to meet her. So we had like a meetup down there, and there was 50 of us all got together, and the only thing we'd ever seen is we'd seen each other online, and we talked to them. We knew. So when we got down there and all got to meeting each other, it was just like we were meeting our sisters, sort of thing, eh?
Yeah.
So anytime we get to go to a meetup, like if you have one in your local area, it's always best to go to it, because it's just like a whole different experience.
Right. I mean, to me, I look at it this way, that this is really an asset in our company, because which company you go, and there is a mentor always there to help you. And supposedly, the mentor is like super busy and they don't have time or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you can literally, pair yourself with other people. Like I have so many pairs in this business. I have like a Persian pair. I have an Indian pair. So I literally go out there and talk to people and, make, contacts, and that's how you spread your business.
And like we have a group we call it the 50 plus group because we're all over 50. And some of us are like, we're not as tech savvy as the young kids that grew up with a phone in their hands. So like for us, it works for us because that way, if we have a question, like there's no such thing as a stupid question as long as you learn something from the answer. So, and that's a lot of the older people, they're afraid to ask these young kids thinking that they're going to get laughed at or anything. So in the 50 plus group, we have all kinds. I think there's 700 and some of us in there. So, and it's just a really good group that we've been helping a lot of them that were struggling because nobody would help them, or they were going too slow to what their mentor figured they should be. But it's their business. They go as fast as they feel comfortable going at. So
that's right. So I like number 9. Number 9 is my favorite. Number 9 says, believe in yourself. When you have a positive mindset, you attract positive things in your life.
Well, yes, you can't. Negative Nelly has no place in the workplace. Like you can't. You have to be positive, and that's one thing. Our training has a lot of mindset help with you, and there's always like YouTube videos and meditation and Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins, and there's all kinds of information. You just have to find it. Yeah, but being part of this business and these groups and stuff is the best medicine that you can, because a lot of times, well, especially when the pandemic was on, like nobody went anywhere. Everybody was sitting at home doing nothing. So these groups were good for our mindset. It just kept us sane and kept us saying, okay, yes, I am worth this. I can do this. And this is what I'm going to do.
So again, number 10 is also one of my favorites. Number 10 says, never quit and be consistent. An online business is not a get rich quick. If you give it time, nurture it, be disciplined, take action, and be consistent, you can achieve the success that you want. Any thoughts?
It is too. And the success that you talk about, it may not be financial. There are people that are in this business. They didn't get into it to make money. They got into it because they needed to have that companionship and to feel like they were part of a group, and that's just what they're here for. So, but yeah, it's like I spend more time on my computer and than I do with my hubby. So
Yeah, true.
but yeah, it would be, I'd be lost without this business because it's so much part of my life, and that's why I got
right.
into it. Yeah.
So maybe what do you think about Donna? What do you think about this one here? Oh, one second. Let me remove the here.
If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you don't work until you die. Oh, you will work until absolutely. I don't sleep anyway. I'm a night owl, so you can find me on the computer at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So
right.
yeah.
Well, and that's one of the reasons that people are going online nowadays. I mean, I understand that you're right. Some people they don't have that business mindset. They literally. I remember when people they were working for me, and I wanted to promote them for a manager position, and they were like, no, you know what? I really don't want any responsibility. I want to get my money every week and go home and spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is people like that, and there is people that really are willing to make themselves rich instead of making other people rich.
Well, yeah, when you're working for somebody else, that's exactly what you're doing. You're making their dreams come true, not yours.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they go home on Christmas Day and they can sit with your family and with, well, I guess Christmas Day isn't a good day because Christmas Day was actually the only day that the restaurant was closed, and that was because we couldn't get nobody to work for it. So, but then every other day was on. So like there was no such thing as like holidays or taking time off for birthdays or anything like that. You just went to work and you had no life other than what you had at work. So
Yeah. True.
so now it's my time. If I want to get up and go do something, or hubby says, well, let's go for a drive, away we go. I got my phone, so you just take the phone with me and you can check emails or check messages, and it is truly a mobile business once you get it up and running. So
Exactly. Donna, today, just to impress you, see, I wore a special shirt for you. See what it says?
for Canada. Well, actually, I'm on the other coast. I'm on the East Coast. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Well, I've
but
been pretty much everywhere in Canada, except I haven't been to where you are.
yeah. See,
So,
I was born in Saskatchewan, so I'm a prairie girl. I
well,
migrated from
I
Saskatchewan to New
I
Brunswick.
have a shirt from Saskatchewan too. I should have worn that one. But the reason I wanted to put red because we are in a holy month of love. So I
Yeah,
thought that I should still continue wearing red because
yeah.
Valentine month.
Red's a good color for you. So
Yeah. So anyway, is there anything else, Donna, would you want to add to our life today?
no, I think we did good. It was thank you for asking me, and anytime anybody does, I usually do the interviews. So
I appreciate your time, and I really appreciate you accepting this invitation. And I'm glad that I meet you
yes,
today. Yeah.
well, now that we've met online, I'll keep looking for your posts in the dream team,
For
and
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So, guys, if you learn something from this live today, if you're a positive mindset, if you're
yep,
coachable, and if you're a person that are looking to have your online business and have a freedom of working from home from anywhere in the world, if you want to take care of your children at home yourself instead of putting them in daycare and letting other people raise your children, or if you have a elderly parents at home, you want to take care of your parents, or you're just like me, you're a travel lover, you want to travel
yep,
with your spouse, and you want to see this beautiful world, or any other big why in your life that brings you to this platform, just let us know. Send us a message, send us your email address, and we would be happy to guide you through this beautiful process.
yeah. Mums it's really good for mums that have kids that are in sports and stuff like that, because you can go to their sports events and you can sit there and be on your phone and you can be working while you're still enjoying their sports. So that's one nice thing about for mums that are busy and on the go all the time and don't think, well, I can't make any money anywhere. Well, I'm
Exactly.
trying
Yeah.
to. So
Awesome. I thank you again, Donna, one more
you're
time
welcome.
for giving your time today to me, and good luck in your business. And
Oh
we'll
yes.
see each other. I mean, I may come to the Saskatchewan one time. Oh, sorry, Nova Scotia one time. You never know.
You
No,
never
New
know.
Brunswick. New
Yeah,
Brunswick,
New
right?
Brunswick. Yep.
New
Well,
Brunswick.
Nova
Okay.
Scotia's only a couple hours away. So
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you again, and
you're
thanks
welcome.
everyone for watching. And we will see you soon.
All right. See you guys.